fountain was acquired in 1988, shortly after the construction of the house was completed. Originally, the fountain stood on the ground in the center of the courtyard. Standing about 5 foot tall, the fountain seemed small in relation to the surroundings. I felt it lacked stature and suffered from appearing insignificant. While it was sitting on the ground level, keeping it full of water was also an issue. A small submersible pump sat in the lower bowl, and between the wind and heat, water loss was significant, requiring the bottom bowl to be topped off frequently. I contemplated replacing it with a larger structure, but opted instead to raise it a foot or so to make it more prominent. Also, aside from raising it, a reservoir would be constructed to reduce the necessity of a near-daily water refilling routine. Myself and a friend who is a gifted concrete and tile craftsman designed and built the pedestal and reservoir. When completed, the fountain's new lofty perch and adequate hexagon-shaped reservoir was a perfect fit for the courtyard in which it stands. Boasting a total water capacity just shy of 250 gallons, the fountain was run with clear, chlorinated water for a couple of years. Ultimately, the decision to expand my love of aquariums and fish keeping bled into the fountain, and the structure, which was once dead, would now be teeming with life. Maintaining a structure outside in South Florida has some unique aspects that need to be addressed all year long. Since the reservoir is only a foot deep, keeping it cool is a constant struggle, as is algae control. To help keep the reservoir cool during the summer days, a removable cover made of PVC and landscape fabric shield the direct sunlight and also help reduce the growth of algae. In the evening, the covers are protection against the raccoons, cats, and frogs that have been known to prowl the grounds, most likely drawn by the sound of the dripping water. The fish population has been reduced to 2 cichlid species and a group of assorted mollies. When I decided to dirt a 75-gallon aquarium in the fish room, a trio of adult yellow labs were relocated from that aquarium and placed outside to continue their bloodline. The mollies act as ditherfish, and in my opinion, they are underappreciated algae eradicators. They spend all day, each day, grazing on any algae they encounter, only stopping to mate. The red cichlids are Haplochromis ruby greens from Lake Victoria in Africa. They have resided in here for nearly 5 years, when a group of 10 were introduced as fry. "5 years ago, it became the home for a wayward baby turtle named Jack, who has spent each day of his life outside, only returning to the safety of an aquarium in the fish room each evening to prevent poaching from the neighborhood raccoons." The propagation of a dense growth of plants to aid in the reduction of algae has been attempted many times, but since the inclusion of Jack into the habitat, plants are all but impossible to maintain. Jack has quite the green tooth, and his ability to eradicate copious amounts of vegetation is remarkable. No matter what quantity of plants I add, he eats them all in a matter of days. Fortunately, I've discovered he really doesn't like the taste of either water hyacinths or water lettuce, and so far their inclusion has been successful, and hopefully they will multiply in sufficient quantity to provide both shade and nutrient depletion, avoiding algae blooms. This video, even in high definition, does not capture the essence of the subtle beauty of the fountain, nor does it truly represent the absolute brilliance of the fish when seen in the sunlight. Sitting on one of the benches surrounding the fountain in the early morning or in the twilight, relaxing and watching the life the fountain harbors is one of my favorite things, and I hope I've been able to portray that to you. Thanks for watching.